Hello guys, how we doing? I want to be pretty sure if my if the sound of the audio is fine because I'm having issues when I'm trying to connect it this morning. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Just drop a comment if you can hear me. I want to be sure that the sound is perfect and your end and it's connected correctly. So let me know in the comment sections if you can hear me, please. Okay, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So yesterday was what was it called? Yesterday was what they call yesterday? Yesterday was Good Friday, yeah. So that means yesterday somebody got rich, and that was Judas Iscariot, right? He got rich because I think that was when he sold Jesus. So the guy has become rich. So if you're somebody here and you're looking for money, go and look for Judas Iscariot. He has some money with him, and it would be very, you could literally just get some money from him. So if tomorrow is Easter Sunday, what makes today? What makes today? If tomorrow is Easter Sunday and yesterday was Good Friday, what makes today? You know, we have people who are keeping up with the festivities. I don't really keep up with this, but when people talk, I get to know. So a friend of mine is inviting me over to something like a Catholic. She's a Catholic. So there's something the Catholics are doing. I've forgotten what the word she used, but she said something they do that has to be from tonight to a particular time. It's gonna be like a night thing. So it made me to be a bit curious because I think I don't really keep all this festivity and all that in mind. Maybe because I don't celebrate them. I'm not a fan. I don't celebrate Easter. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't do all that. I don't do all that special festivities thing. Does that make me weird? Does it make me weird that I don't celebrate Christmas and I don't celebrate Easter? There are people who don't do that either. I should do. There are a couple of people who don't do that. So someone says, "Good morning, Shifu." So guys, let us do a share of the video quickly. Let's do a share of the video. If you're watching and you just connected, welcome. Let's do a share of the video, fam. If you're watching on Facebook, do a share of the video. If you're watching on Twitter, do a retweet or repost. In fact, I don't even really need to talk about people on Twitter because people on Twitter are always very, very apt when it comes to this. Before I start talking, they've started sharing. So they are the best so far. So if you're watching on YouTube, I want those on YouTube to beat up those on Twitter, fam. So if you're watching on YouTube, do a share as well. the share of the video link. Good morning. Yeah, Timmy, good morning as well. Hope we had a nice time. Tuchi Israel. Tuchi Israel. Good morning as well. Good morning. Akindele Toluwalashe. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh Choice Dawodu, good morning. So guys, let's do a share a video. If you're watching on YouTube, share to your stories, share to your stories. Let's get more people joining in on the session today as we are about to get started. Let's have more people plugging in to join us as we are about to get started. Okay, someone says, good morning, Zamira. Good morning. I'm trying to go through the comments. Inasa, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, okay, you guys can hear me loud and clear. I'm seeing the comments that you guys can hear me. Alex said you should clear it for him. He has arrived. Should clear it for him. Spencer, good morning. How are you? Hope you're good. Spencer, hello, Gene, Cynthia, good morning. Fantastic. Okay, you guys, I can see a comment now that you can hear me. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, someone says it's called Holy Saturday. I see. It's called a Holy Saturday. So today is Holy Saturday. So if you used to sin very well, please don't sin today. Today is Holy Saturday. So there shouldn't be any sinning. Postpone your sinning from Monday, right? From Monday you can start sinning. Don't sin today. Today someone says a Holy Saturday. So maybe the person is a Catholic. I don't really know, but I was invited and I told the person I'm gonna come. I was gonna come, like I'm gonna join the person to do whatever they are doing in their Catholic stuff today. So someone says it's called Easter Eve. Easter Eve, amazing, amazing. So that's why it's like an evening something. To I see, I see. Oh, we have people who are like me that don't celebrate them. So Inka Sebi says she doesn't celebrate them too. She's like me. Then Akindele to Toluwala, she says the same thing. I don't celebrate them. So I'm not weird. That means I have people who are like me who don't celebrate most of these festivities and all that as well. But the those we do is cool as well. It's cool. It's just like individual people with differences and all that. Amo Cabo Philip. Good morning, Shifu, my father. Good morning, Philip. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are progressing. I hope you're progressing. I hope you are making progress in your crypto journey, your crypto life. Hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to hear good reports from you. And Maker Steven, Mr. Shifu, good morning. Yo, good morning, Steven. Good morning. Dan says we are here. So Valentine says something. So Valentine says here that morning world Israel Shifu, the only sin for today is sincerity. So guys, take note. The only sin you are familiar to sin today is sincerity. So let's not sin today. Let's keep our sinning for next week if you want to sin. The only thing you're permitted to say today is sincerity. Someone said he doesn't celebrate festivities as well. Festivities. Ken Ori says the master Shifu will. I love you too, bro. I love you too, bro. I love you too, bro. I wish you the very Miss Charity Ogolo. Good morning, my Shifu world Israel. This woman you like. I don't know who calls me this name. Kingsley Adidi, good morning, boss. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Welcome. This is our Saturday morning show, and I'm pleased to have every one of you connecting on this morning show. And there's so many people who is out there on your contact list, on your Facebook profile, social platforms that are interested in cryptos this season. They're interested in Web3 this season. In fact, we are in as the bull run is going to get intensified, there'll be more people who want to get involved in crypto, and it's very important for you to guide them to the right source where they can get the right information so they can be able to not fall into the wrong hands of scammers and people that are going to rip them off, but they're going to get right knowledge that can help them in the crypto space. And that's why it's important in every live stream we do. I always encourage you to share. Do a share of the video if you're watching on Facebook. Do a repost if it's on Twitter. Do a share as well if you're watching on YouTube. Like the video, share to your status, your stories, to the groups. Just share it across. Why? Because there's somebody up there that needs to encounter Shifu, so their life is going to change as well. And those people will be super, super grateful to you. You know, recall one of the testimonies we had that was last year before the bear market, as we enter into by 2022, right? So 2022. So there was someone, he didn't really have much money. So he shared the live stream, which I do, and that was the periodic monthly CME series we were holding there. He shared it to somebody, and the person joined the series and he learned a lot. He benefited from the CME knowledge. He applied the strategies I taught, and he made a lot of money. So him himself, who shared the video, he wasn't really making money because he was cash strapped. He didn't have much funds. He was in a very low point in his life. But the person he shared it to made a lot from me. Like, he made so much money, even into 6 figures. And guess what? The person decided to reward him and said, "Thank you for introducing me to Shifu." And the person gave him about $1,500. And that was how that guy kickstarted his crypto journey. Like, should I say, that's how I started making progress, because he didn't really have much capital. He barely even had the $100. But here is somebody who he shared the video to, who was very rich and have so much money and benefited from me. And then the person decided to just thank you. So you might not have somebody who is going to, let's say, personally thank you. But one thing I know about life is that you may not reap where you sow, but you will surely reap what you sow. So it is called the golden rule in Christianity. Muslims call it karma. It's a universal law, is a universal truth. No matter the religion you are in, it stands. What you sow is what you reap. You may not reap from where you sow, but you are definitely going to reap what you sow. So it's good to sow out good, to share out good as well, because definitely you are going to reap from it when you do that. So let's get started to what we have to today. Let me see if I could share the screen. We have 951 persons cumulatively from all the platforms joined. Is showing here on my what's it called, on my stream yard. So, but we could make this to be 1,000. So if we keep on sharing this, we'll get over 1,000 persons joining us this morning. So we just have 49 more persons, and then we'll be crossing 1,000. So let's do a share of that. So on today's morning show, we are talking about the simplest strategy from $0 to $1 million in cryptocurrencies, in Web3. How you can, the simplest strategy you can apply to move from a 0 point level in crypto to being what, $1 million. Like, we're in that season and time whereby there are so many persons out there that you see are sharing their stories, and you see some of them are posting on Twitter, and they're like, they've made this amount of money, 6 figures. It's like, you ask yourself, is this how easy it is? You're seeing some people that are posting. Now, this is the truth. Some of them are not real, but some are real. So on a scale of, if we have 100 persons who are posting this 7 figures, 8 figures you are seeing on Twitter, if we have 100 of them doing it, maybe just 20% are real and 80% are fake or false. But we are not focusing on those who are false. We are focusing on those who are real. Because I always tell people that the proof that there's an original is the existence of a fake. When there's a fake, it means that there's an original. So the existence of the fake of anything in this life is authenticates the existence of the original. The presence of a fake or a false of anything in this life authenticates the existence of the original, and it is in every industry. So how do you know that there's an original let's say Milo? There was a time that people were seeing a lot of fake stuff in the country Nigeria. So how do you know that there's an original Milo, an original milk? Is because there's a fake Milo and there's a fake milk. So in the same way, if there are people who are false in the crypto space, it means that there are those who are original. So we are focused on those who are original, who are really making this money. And now you see we are in that season, in that era. And if people are doing it, I have done it, you too can do it, and you will do way, way, way more as well. You have to understand this, and you have to believe it for yourself. In fact, we are going to be doing a very mega series from the last quarter of this year, interviewing 6 figure, 7 figure, and 8 figure earners in the crypto space. That is going to be a series that's going to be from the last quarter into next year as well. Now, the thing here is, I don't just want to interview people who are going to bring from out there. I want to interview you. I want you to be the next 7-figure earner. I want you to be the next 8-figure earner. So you should be the one I'm going to interview, not just bring in external people, because whosoever I'm going to bring external, whatever they are doing, you can do it. You just have to understand whatever I am going to be sharing today. Now, we begin with the first. So there are just going to be like 4 parts to today's live stream. So the first part is value proposition. What do I mean by value proposition? Now, if you are watching for the first time and you were not in the live stream where I shared my story, my zero to hero story, my story of how I started in crypto, I will urge you to go to the YouTube channel, type from the House of Wealth YouTube channel, and search for the session where I shared my story. I shared a bit of my history in the space, in the industry where I started from, and how I got to where I am today. So basically, I shared how for the past 14 years I've been in the internet online space, and I made a lot of mistakes, made a lot of losses to get to where I am. And within the past 14 years, precisely about 8 to 9 years ago, I now stumbled on cryptos and I got involved in trading and cryptos, and the rest we say is history. But in between this, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and let's focus specifically on crypto. So if you haven't watched it, I think so many of you should go and watch it, because it's going to encourage you, it's going to inspire you, it's going to motivate you. You're going to know my history, where I'm coming from. You understand that why I always say that nobody is your problem, you are your greatest problem. That if I can do it, you can do it. Whatever misfortune you have, I've had so many misfortunes in life, so many misfortunes in life. I can't count how many times I have cried and I've teared up, asking God, why is my case worse? Why is my case terrible? Why is it that things are going bad for me? I have my friends around me, I know people who are around me, and these people are doing way better than me, and me, it just feels like I'm stuck. It feels like I'm in a circle. It feels like village people have released so much curse on me and they don't want me to progress. I've been there. I've harbored that. You know, I've been in a depressed state. Why is it that I get to this point and then I lose everything? Why? So make sure you watch the video. It is definitely going to help you, because there are some of you who may be experiencing this and you're having these thoughts coming to your mind. You're having these things coming to your mind, but this session is not going to be for that. It's not a session for me to start telling or sharing all that. So that's why I encourage you to go and watch that session, because it's definitely going to help you. It will reshape your mind. You will learn a lot of things I said there, which I may not be able to say again, what I said in that episode, and it will help you. So those of you who are members of my team, who definitely you have that video, click on it, and when you click on it, post it maybe in the link on the comment section with your, maybe on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. Go on the channel and copy out that particular video and post it, so people can literally just easily navigate it as well. So let's continue. So it's very important. But where I want to draft that in, that's my story I shared to you guys, is that when I started, one of the ways I started is I didn't have money, but one thing I had was value. Every single person has value. What is value proposition? Value proposition is, what are you able to offer? What can you offer? So the person I was working with, he is a network marketer, and he is somebody who is into cryptos and trading. And at the time, I was serving him. So while I was serving him, working with him, he was paying me for my services. So I was like, should I say like a customer service assistant? So I was like also like a virtual assistant. So I was his assistant, or should I say customer service related, whatever you put it, customer service assistant, all of them put together. That's the kind of function I was doing for him. So that was what I was working, and he was paying me not really much amount of money, because average sometimes it gives like 4,000, 5,000, 2,000 naira. 2,000 is a very small amount of money. So I was saving it. I was saving the 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I was just saving it, saving the money until it becomes a bigger amount of money, till I was able to raise up to like 50K to about 100K. And then I now launched into cryptos. Why am I using this as a case study? We are even in a time whereby you have a greater advantage to even make way more than that, because there are so many free informations you can capitalize on and make money from. And if you say you do not want to even capitalize from free information, you can decide to just offer value and raise money from the value offered. It might not take you as long as I did. In fact, when I got involved into the online and the internet industry, it took me 7 to 9 months before I made my first $5. It took me 7 to 9 months to make my first $5. I repeat, my first $5. So definitely that was how it was 14 years back. Now, forward down to cryptos, it didn't me raising money based on value proposition took me time, because probably the person I was working for was giving me the stipends, and I was saving up. And I'm grateful for me experiencing whatever I experienced through him. But I provided value to him. So people come and my DM, and some of them are trying to disturb me. But the question is, what value can you provide? I've taught things here about projects you can reach out to and tell them the value you can provide. My first 6 figures in cryptos came not just from coins per se, but from value proposition. So I offered value proposition, and then because of the value proposition I offered, the team behind this particular project now fell in love with me. And because they fell in love with me, guess what happened? They now gave me insider information that is not known to the public. This is why I always emphasize on information, that the biggest amount of money I have made, that anybody who is genuinely makes money from crypto without scamming people, the biggest side of money they will ever get to make from information and access to the right network. And that's why I always emphasize on the importance of joining the Bull Run group, getting access to the ETF report. The ETF report is not a group. It is an exclusive 100% guaranteed data information you get from the exclusive meetings we have with people in the top 30 cryptos and people in the top 15, top 100 cryptos, information you do not see anywhere else. And you can put in a big chunk of your money and expect massive, crazy, huge X thousand return on those then. That is why it is super, 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 super exclusive. I pay for the data, and that's why you see I have an edge that is very, very precise as well. It is different from the Bull Run group. So the Bull Run group has its package. The ETF report is a different entire thing, and that's why both of them are super important and super valuable as well. But guess what? In the next 48 hours, the discount for the Bull Run group and even the ETF report will be off the table. And once it's off the table, please don't come into my DM to beg me for any discount as well, because it will not be available any longer. If you want to take advantage of the ETF report or the Bull Run group, do so now. Back to my story. So this team, two things happened. They gave me access to information that was super helpful. Number two, they gave me some of their tokens in exchange for the value I did for them. And guess what? The token blew up, it skyrocketed over the course of a month or two. So I was now already in like 5 figures. And then plus the information they gave me, put everything together. So I made entirely $130,000 to about $160,000 on that alone. Now, why am I using that as a reference? This is as a reference that if I didn't propose value, I wouldn't be able to make this amount of money. So value proposition is super, super important, because it's going to be like a starting point for you. It's definitely going to be a point whereby it's definitely super going to help you if you are like at a 0 point. Like, for example, somebody reached out to me a while ago, and the person was like, Shifu, I don't have money to pay for your groups, I don't have money to do this, but this is what I think I could be doing for you, and don't worry, do not pay me. And he started doing that stuff for me, and just within about a month, he was very consistent. I was like, wow, I'm impressed. And guess what? I then recommended him to somebody else, and something they started paying him. And I think his first payment was somewhere around $100 to $200 as well. And I think I recommended like two platforms or so that are paying this particular person about $200 or so. And guess what? He's been able to get capital to now kickstart his crypto journey. Why? Value proposition. We should stop thinking that when we talk about money, we always think money is the physical fiat. We need to understand that money is beyond fiat. Money is not just currency. Currency is a form of money. Money is value. Money is value. So when we say money is in people, we are talking about people are valuable. That's why money is there. So when we look at this is a JBL speaker. It's expensive. So people exchange money for this. Why? Because this is valuable. So money is hidden in value. What is your value proposition? What are the things you think you can do that you can exchange this value proposition to start generating money from? That is the beginning point for you. If you are at the 0 level, if you are the flat level, this is where you start. How many things can you do? I can recall most of the things you see me today paying people to do is not because I don't know how to do them. It's because I've gotten to a point where I don't need to do them again, and I've forgotten how to do most of these things very well as I used to, but I have an idea of them. We go back to email marketing. I did a course on email marketing. I was making money from that. I did something on affiliate marketing a bit. I did a bit of because in the early days of affiliate marketing is when we have ClickBank. We have stuff like ClickBank. Anybody here who is an OG in the internet, we know what ClickBank is. ClickBank is one of the OG stuffs in the internet, mainly super like 10 years ago or so, when affiliate marketing first started in Nigeria. So I did a bit of that. I did video editing. I did a bit of graphics. Today I don't do graphics any longer, but I did a bit of graphics too. And this was I did video editing. I did cinematography. Was covering events and platforms, some dance videos, some of the popular dance crews that are in Nigeria, came out of Nigeria today. I was among the people that was covering their videos many years ago. I did so many things to generate income, so many skills I learned to generate income, but so many. I sold books like a vendor kind of things. I sold a lot of things just so I could literally make money. I did like a broker stuff for some supermarkets. You just have to be. There's so many things you can do if you decide to look through yourself and ask yourself, what is your value proposition? So many things I learned online to do, and so many things started doing where these were all my value proposition. They were my edge, and I was utilizing them to generate capital, and that was my starting point. So the value proposition is number one. And like I said, make sure you watch the video. So let's go to number two. Number two is what we call knowledge proposition. What do I refer to by knowledge proposition? Not in knowledge proposition here, this is where we call the capital advantage. The capital advantage. So when you start with value proposition, your next major focus is knowledge. What do I mean by knowledge? Because knowledge is capital. You are new in this space, you're new in the crypto space, or you've been here for so many long time. You need to work on what you know, because what you know is what you know determines how far you go. How will I put it? What you know will determine how far you go, because what you know is the conditioning of your mind, and the conditioning of your mind is the conditioning of your life. I'll repeat: what you know is the conditioning of your mind, and the conditioning of your mind, of a person's mind, is their conditioning for their life. So what you know automatically brings a limit on you. And this is why you say, for example, the more people join the bull run group, the more they get to know things, they start making money. The trainings we are going to do. So from next week, I'm going to have another private class with those in the bull run group. So make sure you join the bull run group now and today, so you can benefit from the next training I do. And most of these trainings, some of them right now, the last training I did with the bull run group, I told them that the recording will not be available. It was very exclusive, and what I shared in that training has the capacity to change anybody's life forever. And like I said, so some of these trainings moving forward may not be made available. So the last private live stream session I had with the bull run group, I did not make it available today. Some persons who were not able to join reached out to me, and I refused giving them the recording. So the next year I would may not even be available as well. So if you miss it, you miss it out for life. So make sure you join in as well. So guess what? So the more these people get to know, the more they begin to make more money. The same thing with the ETF report. When people pay for the ETF report, they have access to a different set of data. They know something, so they have an advantage and they can make money. So when you are new in crypto, you want to know, you want to learn. And now, most people get burnt. Most people lose their money because they do not want to. They just want to start making money without learning. Now, what is interesting about this season we are in is that you don't need to learn everything. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know what matters. You just need to know what works. It costs you the process for you. You can leave the complete big learning for tomorrow. Why? Because, to be very honest with you, you see, as this crypto is, not anybody who comes out and say they know everything about crypto is a liar. I repeat, anybody who comes out and say they know everything about crypto is a liar. Even me, who is speaking to you, I do not know everything. There are still some concepts that are coming up every single day that are new. I have to study. I have to research more. That's why you see most times I'm always coming with new knowledge. Like something is happening, Shifu knows. It's not because I am just there and know everything. No, it's because I have contacts. I have a large network. One of the largest network ever. I know people. I have access to which cannot even dream of. And so I get this early informations. Sometimes I do this, I reach out, I study. Guess what? My eyes get open more. So I now begin to know more. So it's like a continuous progress. And that's why you see in the crypto space, if you leave the crypto space for like 2 weeks and then you said you want to come back, you now discover that it seems like you're lost. Everything is moving so fast. And that's the industry we are in. When an industry that moves so fast, so fast. And that's why you see it seems like some of the people who are catching up fast in this space are Gen Zs, those who are young. The younger ones are making more of a king than even the older ones. Why? Because they're able to flow with the speed of knowledge. But guess what? Regardless of your age, this is why you are connected to Shifu Worlds, because you are learning in the right space. You should learn. So knowledge proposition is super important. You want to know, and you don't want to, like, it's just like when informations are posted, there's some things that easily you could just Google. When you Google, you're going to learn. There's some things that even if you do not Google, you could just simply go to YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, you are going to learn those things easily, how to navigate these things, even when there's nobody who's going to be actively there showing you that this is what you should do and that is what you do. It is just something you can do. How to download this wallet, how to send money from this wallet to the other wallet. It could just literally help you. Literally help you. So your knowledge proposition. So the first thing to talk about is value proposition. The second is knowledge proposition. And then the interesting thing about knowledge proposition is that knowledge proposition also boosts even your value proposition. That's the sweet thing about it. Knowledge proposition still boosts your value proposition. You begin to it's just like, I think there was a class that was held. I don't know if it's still on, but I think it's Odyssey by one of the crypto influencers. And I sponsored for 5 persons. I think I paid for 5 persons for that class. And I posted it. So if you follow me on Twitter, maybe you won some of the raffles as well. But I know that I specifically personally picked 2 persons or 3 from the Bull Run group for that class. And they're among the people I sponsored. I paid from my own money for them for that class. And I think after the 3 persons I paid, I think 2 of them are like newbies in cryptos. They are newbies in cryptos. I didn't tell them to pay any extra money. It was from my own pocket. I paid for them for that class. And now I do this right from time to time. There are a couple of people I've done that for, so many. So it's not a big deal. But this is the thing. Why I did that is I discovered that this set of people were very hungry about knowledge. When they joined the Bull Run group, the videos, the recordings that was kept, they have watched the recordings. In fact, they've watched almost all of them. The ones on the Telegram, they've watched them. They were like so fast. They come and they ask questions, and the questions they ask shows that these people have learned. I'm like, okay, this is good. I like the pace, and they ask questions based on what they have learned, and I'm able to now guide them as well, because you have to take your learning seriously. We're in a time whereby knowledge is just so much, even in the industry, so much. When we started crypto, who has the time to teach you? Like, there wasn't this kind of knowledge. Everybody was just trying to understand this thing. Everybody was just trying to navigate this thing. So some of the most popular OGs right now in the industry, who propose themselves to be like the number one or so, most of them all learned from, there was this course that was enrolled by Anthony Pompliano. So Anthony Pompliano is one of the oldest persons in the crypto space. So if you type his name, you will know him. He's one of the, I think you're talking about the top 10 most influential in the space or so, something like that. His name should pop up. He was one of the lecturers then from Cyprus that was holding a Bitcoin class. So I think he was like the only person among it was just that class then. It was like a university initiative by University of Nicosia. And it was offered online, so people from different countries can access. So that is one of the only classes that was actually available to really understand how Bitcoin and blockchain works way back in 2016, 2017. And most of the people who are like claim to be number one in quotes in Nigerian, African cryptos, majority of them all attended that class. Majority of them learned from these persons. Even myself, I also learned a bit from them. But apart from that, still a lot of the things we were trying to navigate. Most of them. Most of the influencers you see today that are like popular, then they didn't really have much followers because they were all starting out. Some of them, you see them 500,000 followers right now, 300. Maybe assuming I started the YouTube channel like the same time as them, I should be in maybe 500,000 followers, if not a million followers by now. If I started at the same period of time they started as well. So over time, over the years, when people started knowing, started getting more people, Twitter started coming up, started having something like crypto Twitter and stuff. We didn't have all those stuff. So right now, you here in the space and the industry, you have an advantage, and you want to make sure you take hold of this advantage. You have an advantage. So even if people are coming out and saying, like I'm saying, we were looking for groups to pay and join. We were literally looking for groups to pay and join then. We're looking for guidance. It's not like the season we are in whereby you get so many offers. Like I'm sharing the offer of the Bull Run group, and I'm talking about it repeatedly. It's not like now whereby you see, then if someone comes and say he has a crypto group and all that, in the crowd is flocking in. Why? Because we needed the right guidance as much as possible. Some people were losing money, people were making money. And this is another thing, is that it's we didn't have all that, but we had this hunger and drive. So if you really want to break out this year in crypto, you need that hunger and drive. You need that tenacity. You need that self-resilience. You need that thing that you have to tell yourself that you are definitely going to do this, and you are going to give in the required and commensurate attention to this till you get to the peak you are desiring and the peak you are claiming for. Like, I mean, people come and ask me some questions sometimes. I'm like, have you watched the videos on the YouTube channel? Do you know the content, how rich the value, knowledge that is being shared and talked about on the YouTube videos alone? These things can literally scale your life from zero to hero if you go through them. There are some silly mistakes people make in the crypto space. You won't even get to make it. This is not even talking about the paid platform, the free. Like was it yesterday or 2 days ago when I decided to take most of the info, all the testimonies I posted, that they were all testimonies that came out of free information. I didn't want to talk about the Bull Run group or the money being made there or the information. I just wanted to just focus on just the free information that is being shared and how people benefited from it. So knowledge proposition is super important. It is super important, and that is basically a capital advantage. So you do not waste your money as well. And that's why I keep on emphasizing, make sure you join the Bull Run group and join the ETF. Now we've talked about value proposition. I also encourage everybody to go and watch the video where I shared my story, and I say that those who have watched it or have access to the video, please copy the video link and post it on the comment section on YouTube, on X, or on Facebook, so others can easily just go straight to the video, because I can't do that now while I'm talking, but the video is on our YouTube channel as well. Now, the number 3 is exponential growth. Exponential growth. What do we talk about exponential growth? When 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's a normal way to grow. Your growing number. 4 plus 4 is 8, right? 8 plus 8 is 16. But what is exponential? Exponential growth is where you say, you say you start with 2 times 2, which is 4, right? And then 4 times 4 becomes 16. So normal linear growth, normal growth is, let's say 4 plus 4 becomes 8, but exponential growth, 4 times 4 becomes 16. 16 times 16 becomes 256. Exponential growth is what we call compounded growth. We call it the 8th wonder of the world. And exponential growth is what some people experience in life, and you're wondering, why does this person seem to be more favored, having more results in this industry, in this space? So if it's in the space of crypto, which we are focused on now, having exponential growth involves just one thing: understanding the power of leverage. I don't know how many of us here have read this book. It's a very popular book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Most people who are in the finance sector, personal development speakers, business coaches, finance sector, most of these folks always talk about this book. Majority of them have read this book. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad so many years ago, maybe like 10 years ago or so. I can't recall, but so many years, 10, 15 years ago, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Let's say 10, 15 years ago, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I read so many of his books in the series. And Robert Kiyosaki is a legend. He's a legend. He gives so many impactful knowledge. Now, one of the things, if you've read that book, you see he makes an emphasis on leverage, understanding the power of leverage and how the rich use leverage. So what is leverage? What is leverage? What is leverage? A very good example of what is leverage. Let me let me type what is leverage. So I use and should I say a Google answer for you. Leverage in general terms is basically when you want to increase the returns on something or the potential of investment on something. So basically, what you use. So it says that leverage in general terms refers to the use of various tools or techniques to amplify the potential return of a something or to increase the impact of an investment on an effort. So in the world of finance, it simply refers to the use of borrowed funds to increase the potential return on investments. In broader context, leverage can also mean taking advantage of a resource or situation to achieve a goal more efficiently and effectively. So you use leverage when you want to have exponential growth. And this is using something extra to aid what you're already doing, getting extra help, getting extra support. That is what leverage is. How then do you use leverage? This is the secret of the wealthiest and richest people in the space and how they've gotten to where they are. They use the power of leverage. How do I explain? We have what we say. Some people use leverage in a bad way. Some use it in the negative way. So in the positive way. So let's talk about using it in the positive way because we are not focused on the negative and the bad way. And the positive way is when you have access to the right network of people, a right community, or you have access to the right knowledge and information that is not privileged to the public, that is leverage. So somebody who has access to the bull run group has a leverage that majority doesn't have. And what is the leverage they have? The leverage they have is mentorship with me, which I do periodically for them. Number two, they have the leverage of having access to a bull run spreadsheets, which is making them a lot of money so far. So good. So instead of them to have spent time to want to do research has already been done. All they just have to do is to get positioned on a bull run spreadsheet. Number three, they have access to pre-sales, private sales information I drop from time to time. They can leverage on that. The last one we did was Roost, and we did about 700% on it, 7x on it within the space of just a couple of days. Last week, which was shared, this week, we made 7x on it. Now, they have access to the future information that I'm going to be dropping from this week as well. We are starting a new set of portfolio, which is called the passive income portfolio for those in the bull run group too, which will be starting probably as we enter the week. So that is leverage. Why? Because leverage gives you an edge over the public. But let's that is having leverage to a network. So let's talk about, let's say the ETF report. Someone who gets the ETF report has a leverage. I have an extra leverage because they are able to get guaranteed information that are not exclusively open to the public. These are informations and data that are acquired from the top 100 people in the crypto space directly from them. They are heavily paid informations that you are able to get for a very cheaper amount. For every single one of the ETF information, I spent the minimum of $5,000. The minimum of $5,000 for every single one of them, including the meetings we attend and everything we go for from time to time. There's so many I still attend, and maybe from next week I'll start posting a lot of these videos and all that, and pictures of these meetings I attend and all that. So most of us are going to be seeing it. It's exclusive. So you have leverage. If you have me on, if you have, for example, if you have me on WhatsApp, you would see I posted a video of a trading house where I was, and I'm a member of that trading house. Now, this is something that happens in the trading house. Most of you may have never worked in an official trading house that trades with private equity firms and banks. So I am a member of one, and I posted a video while I was in the office. That was last week or two. I don't know if you watch my YouTube WhatsApp status, you would have seen that video when I posted when I was in the office. Now, before, in those who trade forex, that means those who trade forex, you will be able to relate with it now. They use what they call, there's this information, it's called token factory. So on token factory, you see fundamentals that tells you what is going to happen, that gives you information on what is going to happen in the market, and people trade based on these fundamentals and this news. Now, in a trading house like the one I'm in, before information comes to the token factory, we get the alerts. Before it goes online, before it goes digital, we get the alert. So before retail traders start getting involved in their trading with the news they are seeing online, we have gotten the alert and the information first, and we're already in profit. We are already in profit. So we don't trade every day, just a couple of days a week. So many of you don't know, I'm actually a certified financial analyst. I'm a certified financial, but for some reason I haven't posted my certificate and all that as well. That's a part of me. Many don't know. I'm a certified financial analyst that can trade in any trading house in the whole of Europe. I have that certificate, a global certificate for that. So probably you're hearing that for the first time. So that's I can share this part I'm sharing. So why am I using that as an example? I'm using as an example, like someone said he saw the start this last weekend. What I'm using as an example is we have an edge. That is a leverage. Leverage. That's a leverage. This is why we say, why do you think the banks will lose? Why do you think they lose? If they lose, rarely will you see them lose. Why are they always winning? Leverage. 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 Understand leverage. Leverage. So when someone is saying, join the bull run group, get paid for the ETF report, it is basically so you can start having exponential growth for yourself, because you maximize on leverage. So you look at someone like people like me, myself, and some others in the space who are making so much result, and you're like, you know this crypto, you've done your own research. Why you not have a result? They have leverage, you don't. What the leverage is, who they know? Because at the point in your life, it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. You don't know who we know. And even if you know who you know, you don't know them as intimate as we do. So let's say you are somebody who is how am I going to put this now? You know someone I know, but me right now, I'm telling that you know this person online, but me, I'm attending a meeting and a physical event where these people are. I'm discussing with them and talking with them. Our level of relationship or connection with these people are different. The level of information I'm getting from them are different, because you won't see great people, rich people just release anything to you. They will only release it to those who know, who have commercial value to give to them. So it's a value to value thing. The business world is a value to value thing. The level of asset and information I'm getting is because those I'm getting from are getting commensurate value from me too. And when you pay for the ETF report, you have that privilege too, because I'm going to send some of this information to you. So that is it for exponential. Now let's look a bit about the market, because I have touched 3 points that are super important and you shouldn't joke with. I talk about value proposition. I talked about value proposition. I talked about knowledge proposition, and I talk about the principle of exponential growth, how it comes and happens as a result of leverage. So let's look a bit about the crypto markets. Let's do a little bit of overview about what is happening in the markets, because I know so many persons have been hungry for me to do this, and I haven't for a while now. So let us do a quick on that. So let me open the chart for BTC, Bitcoin. Should I do this? I want to be sure you guys are even with me. You see, hearing me. Should I do this? Should I share about the market and Bitcoin? If I should, I want to see a comment. If you want me to share about the market, you want me to share about Bitcoin, drop a comment. So if I see our comments, I know I'm going to proceed. If not, we're just going to end the session here. Okay. Okay. Yes, like I said, the discount for the ETF report and the bull run group in 48 hours, it will no longer be available. So after 48 hours, you would have to pay the exact money for it. So if you want to get it, make sure you get it ASAP today. Make sure you get into ASAP as fast as possible. Okay, fam, let's get it. Let's get it. So the video is I muted myself right now. So let's get it. So if you see here, you will see some things I told you guys on the last time we did a live stream. So one of the things I told you when we did the live stream, which you can see from here, is this. I did a wave pattern, and I explained to you guys how the market is going to move an A, come down, move to the B here, and come to the C, and which it did that perfectly well. And then we had a second section after that, which you can see in the previous videos we did. So let me remove this. This has already played out very well. I leave this sometimes, so it's I could literally just revert to where we stopped from. So then after that played out, we had another session where I talked about that when BTC is going to come, it's going to come into this lows, and I said $62, 62,000, right? So it got to 62,000, and a little bit below that, it got like 65, 66, whatever. But I said it's still going to not break down below this box, and then and this is what I said. I said once it comes here, it will now peak. So the first one was like here, 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 and then I said one from here now it's going to peak, and then we should have a drawback. So the drawback is here, and then in the market shift, this is where the market shift is now. So let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. So we have two critical points here in the market. Two critical points here in the market. Two critical points here in the market. Remember, one of the things I told you guys is I said that before the halving, which is April 21st, right? I expect BTC to cross $80,000 to $90,000. $80,000 to $90,000. That's what I expect, my projection. So that means we are looking at the cost of the next we're looking at the cost of the next how many weeks now? Is it 3 weeks? Yeah, we're looking at the cost of the next over the next 3 weeks. We should expect BTC to get into that high. But the question is, how is it going to move? That is the next question. If it is going to get to like 80K, 90K, which is what I'm projecting within the next 3 weeks, how is it going to move? That is where the, should I say, the cocoa is. So this is it. It's been a very delicate thing, because a couple of expectations and wave pattern shows BTC coming down into this levels again before, like, should I say, coming down here before moving up. But honestly speaking, personally, now I'm giving both normal technical review and my own personal bias, because the market has been behaving very, very funny, which we know that. So this is like based on technical review and all that. BTC should a balanced should send the balanced structure should send this lower and then move from here. But based on my own personal preference, we have some key dates that are super important. And I think I mentioned these dates in the bull run group. This is why I always say make sure you join the bull run group, because I always keep them very, very important and ahead of time. So I mentioned 28th of March as a pivot date in the bull run group, 28th of March. And this was 28th of March, right? And then I mentioned 30th of March as an impulsive bullish move. So I expect a bullish move from today, 30th of March. And then I wrote first to the second week of April, new BTC all-time high. New BTC all-time high. Now there's a proposition that BTC should retrace lower into the zones before it continues moving higher. However, I have a different school of thought. I have a different school of thought. And my school of thought tells me that even BTC may just range a bit in this level here without breaking it down, without coming down below 67, without coming down below 67 300, and then to just buy massively from here. And remember, if BTC continues buys massively from here, automatically it has created a new high, and that means this swing point here has been broken. It means this swing point here has been broken. The swing point from here that was created on the 14th of March has been broken. It has been broken. So what I believe, so if we were to use a normal, what is it called? What you might want to expect, let's say from this point, is BTC coming down, breaking below the 618. So if we're using 618, it's around 66k. 618 around 65k. So this, where I drew this blue line, is a very valid point whereby somebody could say that, okay, I want to wait for BTC to come here into this line or into this level before you make a move, and then ride it to, let me say, ride it to let me just type 80,000 here. Could be 90,000. That's a very small RR. But for a while now, I just focus more on trading alts because it gives much RR. It gives much RR than this. But that aside, I don't. This is normal technical now. Let's say I'm using normal technical. What is basically my bias? What is basically my bias? Is I believe it should range into this zone and break out from here and just run higher. And based on it, that believing it runs higher, I understand and know that other assets, altcoins gives a better leverage, and that's why I'm more positioned in alts than the others. Like this token here, I've been positioned in it, but it seems like it's coming down, but I'm seeing it. This was when I shared it for you guys in the last live trading session we held. I shared it for you guys, and it's really moved up because it got to, like, if you bought, I said you can buy on spot and this thing. So if you bought it on spot, let's see how much it gave us. So if you bought on spot, you'd have made over 200% of the money. So if it's like $1,000, you'd have tripled your money. So your $1,000 should be what, $3,000 already if you bought this on spot. So if you trade it on leverage, maybe on a 20x, you should be on super good gains too as well. Super good gains from when I shared it. I'm on good gains myself, and I'm still on it. Like, I'm still on it because this is like way fast. So the best thing to do is just to move my stop loss to entry, which I doubt if it will ever get to an entry. So if BTC decides to continue coming down, it might decide to also come down as well. So, but basically, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. Then we have Pip that has been creating the same pattern. This guy's been creating the same pattern. So it came down into the zone, and I don't believe it's going to break the zone for any reason. So it has the same pattern. So you see here, the same pattern is the same structure. So on your Bybit account, this could be a sweet trade, such that one can decide to want to take it in two ways. One way is by, this is the riskier way. The riskier way is using this as your stop loss. So if BTC decides to range a bit, there's a possibility that one stop loss could be hit. And this could be like a 1 to 5, 1 to 10 trade. I don't want to draw it longer, but let me see if I could draw it a bit longer. I don't know if I did it well. I did. Coming. Threes. So what we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is it. So, but the thing here, this is risky. So if you're projecting this could be like a 1 to 92 trade, a 1 to 92 trade. So this is like an arrow that can turn $100 to like $9,000. But the thing here is that this is risky because if BTC decides to range, it could range and stop out. And most people here do not like have the mind for that. So one could decide to make this could be now a more conservative way. When I mean more conservative way is one could decide to, okay, use this as a stop. Why? Because even if it ranges, you know you're not going to get stopped out, and then there's a possibility of say 1 to 44. So $100 could see turn out like $4,400 as well. So you could decide to now start navigating through other altcoins that you think may have possibilities. So this is when this is WIF. I've been in WIF too. I've been in this guy, like it's been running. I've been in it. I'm still in it. It's been running. I could decide to take some profit. So this is one of our entries. This is the second entry here, and it's still in profit as well. And there are a couple of alts. So you can use, so you can literally use the, what's it called, and take advantage of it. You can use the market projection I'm giving to take advantage of the alts and benefits from them very, very well as well, based on what my focus and overview for BTC and for Bitcoin as well. So once this thing starts running, the whole market is going to go crazy. It's just going to be like giga cent. So I'm bullish. I'm super strongly bullish for BTC. Bullish, breaking the previous high, swing high, and creating new highs as well. And I'm positioned for it. I'm positioned for it because it's been I'm super positioned for it as well. And the position is not just on trading BTC alone, but on trading. This is why the concept of if it calls low is a symposium portion, and what you literally do what you think from in both ways by using this kind or risk based on the risk. Shared. Let me look to the comment what you're saying. Someone says share on Wi-Fi. I'm not sharing anything on Wi-Fi. If you are tired of holding Wi-Fi, you can sell off. Nobody should disturb me. If you're tired of holding it, sell off. You don't want to hold it, sell. Don't ask me. Like I always say, nobody puts a gun in your head that you must hold this token, you must hold this token. So someone said I should make the screen big. Okay, let me make the screen big. I'll make the screen big a bit, and I'll share it, and we just quickly skim through it. So if you want to screenshot, you can screenshot. If you want to screenshot, you can screenshot. So this is it. This for PEEP. This for PEEP. And then we talked about BTC, right? Isn't it? We talked about BTC. So basically just that. I think a bit of when, right? Mentioned it too. So basically we just mentioned this, looking through the charts for them as well. For them as well. So someone says, someone says, sell your Wi-Fi to me. Maybe you send it to her. Someone says, what will the price of BTC be after the halving? What will the price of BTC be after the halving? My projection for BTC post halving, like the this is the thing, of how high it is going to get in this bull run is $150,000. My projection of how high BTC is going to get this bull run is $150,000. That's my projection, and I won't be surprised if it exceeds my projection. But my projection is that it's going to get to $150,000. We'll have $150,000 per one BTC, and I won't be surprised if it actually exceeds and breaks that projection. But that is basically my projection on that aspect as well. So basically, I've said so much so far, and tomorrow we are having a crypto capital show on Easter Sunday, and what I'm going to be teaching tomorrow or sharing to us tomorrow is I'm not be sure what it's going to be about. Is going to be, okay, the perfect meme coin strategy. So I started this strategy sometime in December, but so many persons did not take advantage of it. So many people missed out. Like the black dragon I shared that turned that did 130x. So $100 turned $13,000 on Black Dragon within the space of 90 days. I thought that and shared it based on that strategy. And see, guys, this is going to be the last time I'm going to share this strategy. If you are not present in tomorrow's session, you won't hear me share the strategy again. These are important information I'm giving for free. So tomorrow I will teach the strategy all over again, so you can literally learn it and stop gambling and wasting your money around and throwing your money here. Your people will be jumping from different coins and know that you're trying to catch the next 100x. Literally, when you can just apply the strategy and make so much money for yourself. So I will teach it again tomorrow. Basically, the meme coin strategy, how you can use 100x and all that. And make sure you are present when I teach it. And you can always watch the replay of all our videos on the YouTube platform and the YouTube channel as well. The discount for the bull run group and the discount for the ETF report is ending in the next 48 hours. So from Monday, nobody should beg me for any discounts any longer, because I won't be giving it to you. If you want to join the bull run group, join now and join today. If you want to get the ETF report, make sure you join now and join today, because when the market start moving with so much speed, so many people are going to miss out. We have just a couple of weeks for people to really be positioned, and what is about to happen is bigger than what people can even comprehend. So for those who be keen into the ETF report, especially a new set of information will be sent out to this set of persons that will be keen into the ETF report now as well. So it's super important for that. Someone says a question, please, my wallet recovery phase was compromised and my coins were wiped out, and I need to claim my DOP preset tokens with the same wallet. What do I do? This is I'm going to ask about that. What I would say you should do is send this message to the House of Word admins, any of the admins, and they'll reach out to me. Send it to any of the admins and tell them I said you should send it to them so they can reach out to me. So if they reach out to me, I'll be able to follow it up. It will be able to help me to be structured in my mind, because if you send it to me directly, I definitely might not even see the message. But if you send it to an admin, definitely you will be able to get it, get information as regards that as well. Someone said, when are we expecting? I don't know when you're expecting it. I do not know. I have no information on that, or when you're expecting and listening from them. You follow up their channels, follow up their platforms, you will get it. I'm not a representative of them in any way. Bye for now, guys. See you. But if I get any information, I always post it. See you when we see you in tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream session.